So if an NHL player scores over 300 goals, he must be pretty good. But if you say an NHL player has had over 300 fights, you're saying to yourself, how hard is his head? And is this guy a goon? Well, for a lot of people, this guy wasn't a goon. If anything, he was one of the most rugged players in NHL history. Still quite young, and he could have still played NHL hockey well into his 40s, but he was getting more into the entertainment and the business and corporate side of things. Now, Tie Domi is a big favorite amongst Toronto Maple Leaf fans for obvious reasons, but born Tahir Domi in Windsor, Ontario. Known as an enforcer, he played for the Leafs in his first turn at bat, went to the Rangers and Winnipeg Jets before coming back to Toronto for a resummation of his 16-year NHL career. At press time, he has more penalty minutes than any other player in the Leafs history, and is third overall in penalty minutes accumulated in the history of the league. He's also the player with the most fighting majors in NHL history, with, get this, 333. Now, Domi, of Albanian descent, grew up in nearby Bell River, now part of Lakeshore in the Windsor region. As a child, he played minor hockey for the local Bell River Rink Rats of the Ontario Minor Hockey Association. When he was 15, Domi played for the Bell River Canadians of the Great Lakes Junior Seesaw Hockey League. He moved up a level the following year with the Windsor Bulldogs of the Western Junior B Hockey League. Now, not the biggest player on the ice, 5'8", 213, right winger with a tough right shot. He was eventually selected in the 7th round, 102nd overall, of the OHL's priority selection by the Peterborough Petes in the mid-1980s. He began his major junior career in 87. He spent his first year as a part-time player with the Petes, also seeing time with the nearby Peterborough Roadrunners in the Metro Junior A Hockey League. Playing a full season with the Petes in 88, he recorded an OHL career-high 22 goals and 43 points over 60 games. With 292 minutes and penalties, Domi quickly earned a rotation as an enforcer. Now, during the off-season, he was selected in the 2nd round, 27 overall, by the Leafs in the 88 NHL entry draft. Upon his selection, Domi returned to the Petes for one more season in junior with 14 points and 14 goals and 30 points over 43 games. Now, Domi turned professional in 1990 with the Toronto's American Hockey League AHL affiliate, the Newmarket Saints. He had 14 goals and 25 points over 57 games, while also making his NHL debut, appearing in 2 games with the Leafs. In the off-season, he was traded to the Rangers. He split the subsequent year between New York and their AFL affiliate, the Binghamton Rangers. During his 28 games with New York in 91, he notched his first NHL goal. After playing a full NHL campaign with the Rangers in 92, he was traded the following season to the Winnipeg Jets. Now, in 95, after a short stint with Winnipeg, he was traded back to the Maple Leafs. That year, he famously made his big city reputation by knocking out New York Rangers defenseman Alf Samuelsson with a sucker punch to the face. Domi was eventually suspended 8 games and heavily fined for the incident, described as one of the cheapest shots in NHL history. Domi insisted that Samuelsson provoked the punch by repeatedly calling him a dummy. In the 98 season, Domi eventually set a Leafs single-season record with 365 penalty minutes, passing a mark set by all-time penalty minute leader Tiger Williams in 78. Now, during the 2001 season, Domi was involved in an incident with a fan during an away game on March 29, 2001 against the Flyers. Now, sitting in the penalty box, Domi used his water bottle to spray water in a heckler, prompting another Flyers fan, Christopher Falcone, to begin yelling at him and climbing up the glass. The glass panel eventually gave way, and Falcone fell into the penalty box. Domi then grabbed Falcone and punched him several times. A video of this, of course, is infamous on the TSN, Top 10. After the game, in an interview, Domi said to the media, "It's nice to see the fans get involved, I guess." Domi was eventually fined $1,000, the maximum allowable at the time by the NHLPA's collective bargaining agreement, but received no suspension. Now, he was in the media back again on March 3rd, 2001, as in the closing seconds in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semis. Well away from the play, Domi threw an elbow at the head of New Jersey's defenseman Scott Niedermayer, knocking him unconscious. Domi was assessed a game misconduct the following day, and the following day was suspended by the league for the remainder of the playoffs, with the condition that if Toronto did not advance in the following round, then Domi was to sit out the first 8 games of the 2002 season. Toronto was eliminated by New Jersey in Game 7, and Domi's suspension subsequently carried over into the following year. Now, on June 30, 2002, he was traded to the Predators for an 8th-round draft choice. He never played a game at Nashville, later re-signing with Toronto as a free agent on July 14, 2002. He had his best season in the 2004 NHL campaign, where he had 15 goals and 29 points. Now, in what turned out to be his final season of 2005-06, he scored his 100 NHL goal, played his 100 career NHL game, and unfortunately was a healthy scratch for the Maple Leafs game versus the New York Rangers 7 days after he got his 1,000 career game, and it was the first time since the 99 playoffs that he had been made a healthy scratch by coach Pat Quinn. Domi stated publicly that he was not happy with being benched, a fact that was underlined by staying in his hotel room and not arriving in the game until the second period. This is widely regarded as a contributing factor to the Leafs' decision to buy out his contract. On June 30, 2006, the Maple Leafs again bought him out, and he became a free agent on July 1st, but without a contract for several months. Domi announced his retirement in September of 2006. Again, Domi is the all-time NHL leader in fights with 333. Now, I'm not sure if this includes like double majors in the game, but it's literally probably against more than 200 players. Now, he's also been heavily involved in acting and media. During his NHL career, he appeared in 3 films, playing a role in the 99 independent film Men and Means, which while also making a cameo appearance in a hockey-themed drama Mystery Alaska with Russell Crowe. Now, in 2007, Domi played himself in a season 2 episode of Canadian sitcom Rent-A-Goalie, which was entitled Domi Days. Now, following his retirement, he accepted a position in broadcasting with TSN, a stint that lasted less than a month. Now, he was also a pairs figure skater on CBC's reality show Battle of Blades with Christine Huff in 2009, and of course, we see him across Canada as a spokesperson for Combley, a very popular telecommunications company. Now, multi-sport athlete, he has been involved in soccer and Canadian football at the pro and semi-pro levels. He played a full season for Kosovo of the Canadian International Soccer League during the summer of '95 and appeared in 2 preseason exhibition games as a kicker for the Toronto Argonauts of the CFL. Now, Domi also has been involved in slight controversy kind of in a coaching capacity. Now, during the 2012 Ivan Alinka Memorial Tournament, an international under-18 competition his son Max Domi was participating in, Tie Domi allegedly stole a video camera belonging to a Swedish coach who was recording the Canadian team's practice, a legal practice. Domi took the unnamed camera before, later returning it without the battery. So again, very, very bizarre situation. Final NHL totals: 1,020 games, 245 points, 104 goals. Playoff 19 points in 98 games, including 7 goals. Now, his penalty minute totals were very consistent. From 91, 185, 246, 344, 347, 159, 297, 275, 365, 198, 198, 214, 157, 171, 208, and 109. But again, big season, of course. To me, his best season was 03 with 15 goals and 29 points. Again, more than 2,000 minutes in penalties, most NHL games played pretty well by enforcer of his quality, and also played with the Memorial Cup with the Petes in '89. So a very, very big life in hockey. And a lot of people, they forgave him, but 333 fights. I mean, you wouldn't consider Domi what you call a dirty player or somebody that was instigating negativity against his opponents. If anything, we just Tie Domi. It's like Bob Probert. Nobody hated Bob Probert. But Domi and Probert, that era, we'll never see it again. I don't think any NHL player will be fighting 333 times in his career. Literally, that's 15 fights a year over 20 years. Not going to happen. Thanks for listening. Bye.